That is a Boker Nano. Now, I could be wrong, but I think TMP Nation, you guys, will like this blade better than I do. How's that for honesty? I'm famous for it. That's just sometimes the way it plays out here in the nutnfancy project. Once in a while, I am personally stoked on a blade, and I find out you guys aren't. It's not very often, but once in a while. And vice versa. TMPers will be stoked on a blade. I'll look at it, check it out, and I'll go, whatever. Not really into it. Maybe, just maybe, the Boker Nano falls into that last category for me. Now, don't get me wrong. It's an awesome blade, especially for the money. Great looker, hard use, tiny little folding knife. You probably will love it, and that's why I'm doing this review. Once in a while, I do that. I mean, I know just by looking at the thing, I'll go, I'm not really into that. But I know my TMPers will be, so I'll get it, test it, review it. Bang, here we go. Boker Nano. Now, the lines may look familiar if you know who Dave Curtis is. He's a custom knife maker, and he makes a really cool knife called the Nano Frame Lock. And if you've seen this knife, you've seen the Nano Frame Lock, because they look almost identical to me, albeit some handle differences and some material differences, obviously. But the Nano Frame Lock by Dave Curtis is an expensive custom. Go figure. They're all expensive, right? Handmade. Dude's got to get paid, right? $300 ballpark. Maybe more, maybe less, depending on blade and handle executions. That is the Dave Curtis Nano Frame Lock. And that will take us into philosophy of use, because if you've seen that knife, and I haven't personally, and you wanted that knife, no doubt you probably couldn't spring for the price. Most people. You can for this one, because it's going to ballpark from $40 to $45 street. Look in the upper right, that's where I recommend to go buy it. The Nano Frame Lock. Oops, I'm sorry, Boker Nano. They look the same, man. And getting back to philosophy of use, collectability, and again, when I talk about collectability, I'm not saying, it's going to increase in value. What I'm talking about is enjoyment level for you personally. Second kind of cool. You wanted a Nano Frame Lock, the custom one, couldn't do it, or maybe you're just learning about it from this video and you go, that's a cool knife, can't afford it. You can afford a $45 Boker Plus made in China Nano version. And that's what this review is about. So, collectible? Absolutely. Is it special to you? Probably. Will it gain in value? Absolutely not, generally speaking. Next philosophy of use is probably going to come out of left field for you dudes. I would say skinning knife. What? Yeah. To me, this looks like a miniature skinning blade. Small game, big game, tauntauns. Star Wars reference. Absolutely. It's got good belly on it. Yeah, it's kind of a really steep, drop point on that. Pig snout blade. Could totally be a skinner, albeit you'd get all kinds of blood and guts in here that you have to clean out, especially in that clip. Could be a messy affair servicing the knife after skinning with it, but you could do it. I think most dudes will use it for an EDC blade, a utility knife, and as you can see, that's exactly what I've been using it for the last few months. And it works pretty good in that. Like I said at the outset, I think it's a hard use utility knife because, as you can see, a frame lock, which we might as well talk about now. One of the beefs I have is that it is a stainless steel frame lock. I'm not super stoked on them, guys. Maybe you've seen some of my other videos. I've talked about that. I think I said as much in the cryo review. That's because a stainless steel frame adds a lot of weight. Wah, 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 nutnfancy. This thing is 3 ounces. No, that's not too much, but keep in mind, reference standard EDC carry. Same roll, I'm talking not hard use, but just general utility use. The SOG Flash one is 1.4 ounces? But nutnfancy, all I'm carrying is that knife. Then I say more power to you, bro. I'm carrying a tactical blade and all the other stuff that is integrated into my civilian EDC system. So, I don't know. It's just a little bit... I even hate to say this, because I already know what you guys are going to say. You go, oh, you puss. It's only 3 ounces. But it's still a stainless steel frame lock. I will make exceptions. A cryo, again, is an exception. There's several other Kershaw knives that are frame locks that I still like. I'll take the weight. Not bad. In hand, it's a very small knife. I'll throw some other knives against it in competitive options. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Feels good in hand, though. It's ergonomic. It's shaped to fit your hand like that. It locks in pretty nice. Big indentation right here. The ergos on it for a small knife are pretty styling. Feels great in hand, and I think a lot of dudes will just love the ergonomics on the Boker Plus Nano. How about the steel? Well. Here comes another criticism. I'm not a big fan of Boker 440C. What? It's German-made 440C. Actually, I don't know if that's the case or not, but I've had Boker 440C that I just hated. It wouldn't take an edge. I mean, I've sharpened, it wouldn't take an edge. I'm talking on a consistent angle sharpener like an Edge Pro Apex. I just can't get an edge out of it. I have not done it with this knife, so I guess I probably should, but I didn't. 440C is not a favorite steel. It's adequate, it's fine. Benchmade's 440C is excellent. I prefer, for me, 8CR13 MOV. There, I said it. I mean, that's the same price point, right? Totally. Wicked edge, that 8CR13. I mean, it'll rust on you, but so will this blade. And I don't think it retains an edge super well, 440C, but then again, most moderately priced steels don't. So it's a minor criticism. I can live with it. I just would prefer something else. It's 1.9 inch long blade, and it has kind of a fascinating execution. Okay, I don't know if you can see on this one. I got two colors for you. I'm going to show you this other color here in just a second. This is the standard lime green, which, by the way, is a perfect color. If you're going to make a lime green, that's the color right there. Boker just nailed it. But back to the blade, I'll just show you this one, see if you can see it underneath all the crap. This is stone washed. The hollow ground portion right here from about mid-spine, and this is polished, a polished flat, which incidentally will make this knife very easy to sharpen on your Edge Pro Apex. So you just lay this flat, get your angle going. Easy, easy, easy. So it's a good looking blade. There's the Boker logo right there. I'm sorry, the Curtis logo. It's a crosshair. Looking through the viewfinder. Unsharpened swedge right here. That's cool. Could you sharpen that swedge? No, I don't think so. You'd cut yourself to pieces if you did. It's, again, got some belly to it. Really strong tip. It's just a great box opener I found. As you can see, that's what I've been using it for. Package opener. Perhaps skinning knife. Great job on the finishing of the blade, though. How about speed? Well, there's actually two different personalities between the two samples I have. This one has a really strong detent in it. Check this. I mean, it's like, it's awesome, but when you're trying to deploy it conventionally using this milled slot right here, I can't do it. I mean, I'm sitting here trying to overcome the detent, and I'm not getting great purchase on it. I just pinch flip it, so I'll just shake it out like that. And you can shake the whole blade out, I think, like this. Let me do off camera because my tripod's in the way. I got to really whip it out, though, to do that. This one's a little bit better, and I'll go ahead and show you the color right now. This is a Blade HQ Orange exclusive Boker Plus Nano. Check that out. That, too, is a perfect coloration of orange. Bright international orange. I just love that color. But nutnfancy, you like the flat desert earth and blacks. I do. Mostly FDE when you compare those two colors, but I like different colors. Bright colors. I mean, especially for an EDC blade. It doesn't have to be tactical. This one has a, I don't know, shall we say, less positive detent, which for speed is a little bit better. I can't do this. I just suck at it. It's not a really fast knife for me to deploy. Now, sure enough, Boker Plus Nano owners are going to come in and say, oh, dude, I get mine out so fast. And yes, it will wear in and become easier to deploy. The detent will wear a little bit, so you can flip it out no problem. I mean, you can do it. But I'm saying against the competition. Let's be real. I mean, the knives I'm going to show you are 20 billion times faster. Okay, maybe not 20 billion, but at least 7 billion times faster than the Boker Plus Nano. The lockup is really tight, though. No side to side, no up and down. You can adjust it, as you can see here. And it's caged on that side, so it won't spin. Really nice job. Let's look at the centering, by the way. Two samples for you. Damn near perfection, bros. That's what I'm seeing. Wow. That's pretty good. It's rare when you get to this price point of knife, don't you think? I think it's going to be a strong knife. It is a frame lock, not a liner lock. As I've shown in the project for, I don't know, 5 years now, a frame lock will fail on you. If you think it's like a fixed blade in strength, by the way, there's the lockup on that lock bar. Think again. It still is a folding knife, and it has all the incumbent weaknesses of a folding knife. Says me. That's all it is, my data point. I would not baton with this knife. It's too tiny anyhow. Can you imagine? How about the handle? Well, let me get to a really positive thing about this knife, and that is the aesthetics. That is an awesome looking blade, don't you think? I love the milling, the Flintstone pattern on the Zytel handle. I like the color, the lime, the orange, both excellent. It just looks like a cool blade. In hand, it's rounded here, so there's no sharp corners. You can see pillar construction, flow through construction on that. Excellent. This side, of course, stainless steel, which makes it easy to slide in and out of the pocket. This side is a Zytel handle. Hey, what about that Gimping, Nut and Fancy? Another criticism. Go figure. It sucks. Yeah, it basically sucks. It's not good. I mean, if it was really sharp, and I don't know if Dave's Nano frame lock is really sharp. Maybe that's just the way he likes to do his jimping. Every manufacturer is different. You know, just because it isn't sharp, that might be the manufacturer's approach. That's just a style statement. That's what he likes. I don't know. There is, again, a lot of different ways to interpret knife making for sure. So, handle's cool. Love the colorations, ergonomics. We talked about the jimping, other stuff. Here comes the clip. Now, apparently, Dave Curtis makes these clips and ships them to Boker. You can see they're bead blasted. This portion's bead blasted. The clip is bead blasted. Thematically, the looks of the knife, thumbs up. Thumbs up. The clip is cool looking. Crosshairs, again, that's a Dave Curtis theme showing through. I don't like how the clip is carrying the knife high. You can see this whole portion here is going to be exposed in pocket. That's just me. I don't like it. And you guys are so funny. I can read your comments already. And the clip is okay. I mean, it's flared out a little bit. You can go tip down with it if you like. You know, and since it doesn't have like thumb studs on it, it's a pretty good ambidextrous knife. Oh wait, I take that back. It's actually set up for righties with that lock bar. Sorry, but that's a clip. I give the clip, for me, my preference, especially because how high it carries. Maybe about a, I don't know, C. Oops, shut it. It's okay. I did notice on this one during hard use the clip did loosen, so I would probably Loctite it. So it was just sliding back and forth, and it was like, and it's weird because I couldn't see these moving at all. It's like, what's going on here? So I just tightened it up. No big whoop. Durability, I think, as long as you don't abuse it, like I always say, would be excellent, and that takes us to competitive options. Here we go. First up, how about the Spyderco Ambitious? Hey, Nut and Fancy, why do you always like throw your knife so far? Well, because I flip so many different blades out. If I do it like that, I know I'm going to deploy it. Consistency and training. There's your answer. This is a 3-ounce knife, same weight. I don't know, around 30 bucks. This was in the limited edition blue. This is model C148 GPBL. There's that 8CR13 MOV steel. Love it. Let's compare it against Nano for size. Take this one out of the picture. How's that? So the Nano is actually a little smaller, as you can see. Told you it's a small knife. Small knife, which is a good thing when you talk about EDC blades. I prefer it. Kind of like this one. This is a Hall of Famer. That one is too. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Hall of Fame is like, just go out and buy it. That's how good the knife is. How about the SOG Twitch 2? This is TWI-8 model number, 2.6 ounces, a little bit lighter. Cryoed OS 8 for around 45 bucks. Suck it. This is a great knife. Flat ground, assisted opening, thinness check, and I love the blade shape better. That's just me though. I like, oh, that's wearing my edge, by the way. Look how awesome that edge is. Sick. Sorry, I get excited when I see my work. Yeah, I could split a hair. I like this blade better for my EDC tasks, and that's what we're talking about, just utility. Hey, maybe you're a carpet cutter or something where you need a big, thick, broad blade for shearing, which, by the way, this blade does well. Maybe this is the best option for you. It's stouter than the Twitch 2. And then finally, kind of out of left field, I know. Here comes a Benchmade Bone Collector Axis 15030, 3.8 ounces D2 steel. That's about 120 bucks though. Thicker, and it's going to be heavier. But it's damn cool. You know that's right. So let me just show that Bone Collector against the Nano. Nano. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be bigger. This is a small knife. Cool factor. Well, for the price you're going to pay, again, $40 to $45, upper right again is where I recommend. I think it's a win. It is a win. My beefs are, it's a stainless steel frame lock, which I remain unenthusiastic about. the clip, the steel choice primarily. Other than that, great blade, out.